webinar on our monitoring and evaluation framework for Footy Stars Academy. My name is Laratin and my partner is Chris, and today is the 20th of the 6th. Introduction. Welcome everyone to our webinar on our monitoring and evaluation framework for Footy Stars Academy. I'm Laratin and with me is my colleague Chris. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and our aim is to basically share how we systematically track and measure the effectiveness of our program to ensure continuous improvement and success for our athletes in the football area. Introduction. The overview of our academy. Footy Stars Academy is dedicated to developing young athletes by enhancing their technical skills, physical fitness, and leadership abilities on the football pitch. Our mission is to provide comprehensive training that not only improves performance on the field, but also fosters personal growth with regards to team building as well as good sportsmanship. Importance of our MENF. To achieve our mission, it's crucial to have a robust framework that monitors and evaluates our programs. This helps us to stay on track and make data-driven decisions.
So when identifying the need for our framework, when we first started Footy Stars Academy, we realized the need for structured approaches to measure our impact. We wanted to ensure that our training methods were effective and aligned with our goals. The framework then helps us track progress, identify areas for improvement, and ensure accountability to all our stakeholders, as well as including athletes, parents, and sponsors.
With regards to the objectives of the MENF, when you look at why are we conducting a monitoring and evaluation framework, it's to measure the impact of our training program on athlete development as well as the efficiency of the program. It's to identify strengths and weaknesses in our approach, as well as to ensure we are accountable to our stakeholders as they are investing in us. The key principles monitored are skill improvement, so that's with regards to technical skills such as dribbling, passing, and shooting, as well as defending. Physical fitness levels, as we all know in football, physical fitness is of utmost importance. Athlete and coach feedback, such as like satisfaction and areas for enhancement, as well as teamwork and leadership development. Those are the key principles that we are looking to monitor.
So we started with it's the context for this. We started with a thorough analysis of the current training programs available for young athletes and identified the gaps that we could address. Understanding these gaps helped us tailor our program to better meet the needs for our athletes. Our objective, the primary objective of Footy Stars Academy, is to develop the football skills and sportsmanship of young athletes, preparing them for competitive play and promoting a lifelong engagement with sports. Desired outcomes include uh, improved technical skills, which is mentioned as our dribbling and all the our passing, enhanced physical fitness because we need to be fit to play football, greater teamwork and leadership abilities because if we're playing a team sport, we're gonna need leadership and teamwork. Increased opportunities for scholarships and progression to play at high levels of football.
Now that we understand the objectives and outcomes, we can look at indicators for monitoring or our MENF to be specific. Indicators are, to put it simply, what's going to indicate to you whether your thing is actually working. We have two types of indicators, output indicators as well as outcome indicators. Our output indicators are number of training sessions conducted, as well as participation rates and retention of athletes throughout the program. Our outcome indicators are percentage improvement in skill assessments from baseline. So we will be taking baseline assessments with regards to their dribbling skills and their running. And then the percentage improvement will be one of our outcome indicators. Another outcome indicator is an increase in fitness test scores from baseline. So whatever fitness test we run in the NPR testing, the baseline test will be there, or will be then put against their week 12 test. Average feedback ratings from athletes and coaches focusing on satisfaction and perceived improvement is another outcome indicator.
So the way we will execute our monitoring plan and our baseline data collection, so we'll execute this in the training program according to the established plan. This includes conducting training sessions, workshops, matches, providing individualized coaching, organizing events such as tournaments and skill showcases as well. This plan includes monthly, quarterly, bi-monthly evaluations to ensure consistency and gather relevant data. Our data collection methods, our initial assessments are conducted to establish starting points for all athletes. This includes both skill tests and fitness tests, as well as initial feedback surveys from our own athletes. These baseline measures are critical for comparing future progress and help us create new programs for our athletes.
Now that we've gone through data collection as well as even indicators, we can look at implementation and regular monitoring throughout the campaign. With regards to implementation, we will conduct ongoing training sessions where data collection is integrated seamlessly. This includes regular skill assessments during training and fitness tests. Regular monitoring, such as monthly skill assessments and fitness tests, help track progress continuously. We have to remember our MENF is tailored to children, and children have the ability to better themselves at an alarming rate compared to adults. Bi-monthly feedback surveys is how we will combat this. Continuous observation and recording of athlete behavior during training and matches help us monitor teamwork and leadership development.
So when we start our framework, we need to first plan and help with. We first need to plan our framework. So first, we'll develop a detailed plan which specifies evaluation questions, methodologies, data sources, and analyze techniques. This plan outlines the timeline for evaluations and identifies the stakeholders that are involved. When we get to roughly 6 months in the year, so that'll be our midterm evaluation, then we'll conduct another evaluation then to assess the progress made throughout the year. This involves analyzing the data collected so far, reviewing feedback, and identifying any emerging trends or issues in any problems that have occurred.
After our outcomes and our entire program is run out with the kids, our final evaluation as well as reporting takes place because this is where we learn and take back what we learned from our program. Final evaluation at the end of the program, we conduct a comprehensive assessment to evaluate the overall effectiveness of our training program. With regards to reporting and analysis, we prepare detailed reports highlighting key findings, forming tables, insights, and recommendations based on the evaluation data that we have collected. These reports are shared with stakeholders that have invested in us through executive summaries and presentations like the one we're doing right now.
At Footy Stars Academy, we always want to analyze and continually learn as we go. So first we'll analyze as we have a systematical review of all the collected data to identify key lessons learned and the best practices. This involves looking at the trends in skill improvements, fitness levels, feedback to understand what worked well and what needs improvement. So using these insights, we'll create future programs. So if we can see throughout the year that, let's say, if there's a problem in one aspect, then we can learn and improve on it.
100%. Now that we've gone through overview, the need for our M and ENF, and as well as the overall outcomes, we'd like to conclude. Thank you for attending our webinar on the monitoring and evaluation framework for Footy Stars Academy. We are committed to using this framework to continuously improve our program and achieve the best outcomes for our young athletes. We're now open for any questions or feedback that you may have. Please do not feel shy. Even if you want to put it in the chat below, that's perfectly fine.
I have a question just regarding your guys' monitoring and evaluation framework. It sounds very, very conclusive, very, very thought through, but there has to be challenges you guys have experienced in the framework. And can you just name some of the challenges that you guys experienced in the framework and how you'll address them or counter those challenges during your monitoring evaluation process?
Chris, you can take this one.
So some challenges we face would be like how would I say this? So some challenges we face would be like I'm not too sure.
When we were doing the framework, we had one of our challenges was data collection, consistency. Like The consistency for data collection was a bit difficult because they're also kids. Sometimes they're not at school. And ensuring consistent data collection across different locations and times can be challenging. We also had a problem with stakeholder engagement because gaining the full support and cooperation that we needed of all stakeholders, such as parents and like school administrators, can sometimes be difficult. We had that as one of our challenges. Last one was like resource allocations, because we find that in certain like public schools, sometimes the resources required for thorough monitoring and evaluation are limited, very limited in the school that we, or in the like in the children base that we took, it was very limited. Any other questions? You can put it in the chat.
Sounds
Maybe
good.
just
Thank you.
There's one in the chat. How do you ensure the reliability and accuracy of the data collected during the monitoring and evaluation process? Ensuring the reliability, it was also just like the challenges, it was a big thing that we had to think about, but we came down to about 4 like key points. The training and supervision was super important, as well as baseline data. Baseline data is basically the data that you take on the first day that you meet the athletes, the NPR testing, your shuttles, all of those type of tests are what you do when you first meet the athletes. So we established baseline data at the start of the program, which provides a reference point for measuring progress. This is how we increase reliability as well as validity throughout the program. Regular audits, as Chris said throughout the presentation, we were doing monitoring on a monthly basis, if not bi-weekly basis. So we conduct regular audits and cross-checks to identify and correct any discrepancies in the data. The last thing we did to further the reliability was a use of technology. So us being Gen Z, we do use technology. Whenever possible, we utilize technology such as digital forms and automated data entry systems to minimize human error. If there's any other questions, we'll take them now, or else we can just adjourn.
Have you guys utilized surveys, like online surveys to?
Yeah, so at first, because they're children, we had to approach the teachers at first. So their coaches knew them best, obviously. So we had a initial questionnaire to which their coach, their football coach went through, and he showed us like which are the outliers. In every group, you have outliers. So he showed them out. There's just one more question in the chat. How do you use the findings from the monitoring and evaluation process to improve the Footy Stars Academy program? Chris, you want to take this one?
I'll take it. Yeah. So we use the findings from our monitoring and evaluation process. So this continues on from our continuous learning. So we'll try identifying trends. So by analyzing any data collected, we'll identify anything that needs improvement. So if skills need work, we'll try work on skills. Then if we find any problems, then we'll adjust our training programs. We always look at stakeholder feedback, so we share our findings with our stakeholders as well, into detailed reports, presentations. So their feedback is very valuable for us to help to continue our programs.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining our meeting today. I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.